Hi, I'm Dave and this is Dave's Worldview. In my last video, Politics and Education, I explained why voters should support President Trump and the conservative position when it comes to educating our children. I also promised that my next video would be a laundry list of reasons for voting to re-elect the president. But after reading an op-ed, I decided to switch gears and cover why this Christian could not support Joe Biden for president. The op-ed was titled Pro-Biden Christian to Pro-Trumpers. Are we really all that different? This was my response to the pro-Biden Christian in the comment section below his opinion. Yes, we really are that different. Only one political party supports abortion to the day of birth for any reason. Only one political party supports the total gender confusing of our children in public schools. Only one party is more concerned with the support of teachers' unions than our children's education. Only one party uses allegations of racism to stir up their base and get out the vote. Only one party has street teams that loot and burn our cities. Only one party calls half of the country racist, bigots, homophobes, transphobes, xenophobes, deplorables, and now the dregs of society. And only one party has resisted our elected government and waged a coup d'etat for 4 years. And only one political party has done all in their power to cause hatred and division. I plan to vote for the other party. Now that's the end of my response to the self-titled pro-Biden Christian. Now I realize that I insinuated that I blame the Democratic Party for much of the hatred and division we are seeing in America. For those that want to blame Trump, this is my response, with an assist from a Facebook post I edited after checking it for accuracy. Here goes. Speaking of the division in America, do you really blame Trump for that? How about when 1/3 of Democrats boycotted President Trump's inauguration? Is that when Trump divided America? Former Congressman John Lewis, who didn't attend the inauguration, said on Meet the Press, "I don't see this president-elect as a legitimate president. I think the Russians participated in helping this man get elected." Is that when Trump started dividing America? On Inauguration Day, the Washington Post declared, "The campaign to impeach President Trump has begun." Is that when Trump divided America? How about when Nancy Pelosi ripped up Trump's State of the Union speech? Is that when Trump divided America? And speaking of Nancy Pelosi, how about when she said that the Republicans are trying to get away with murder? Actually, the murder of George Floyd, she said, just because she didn't want to consider a police reform bill sponsored by a black Republican senator. Is that when Trump divided America? Or how about when America had to endure Democrats spending over 3 years and $30 million trying to prove that Trump only won the presidency because he colluded with Russia? Democratic Party leaders and the leftist press did everything in their power to try to prove there was collusion. They repeatedly made allegations of Trump being a Russian agent on national television. They came up with nothing. Is that when Trump divided America? And let's not forget the impeachment sham. Is that when Trump divided America? I'm not going to try to defend some of Trump's tweets or other rhetoric, but in my opinion, President Trump speaks like a statesman compared to the rhetoric of Democrats like Pelosi, Schumer, Schiff, Maxine Waters, Hirono, and members of the squad. The only difference is that leftist press runs cover or ignores all the hateful and divisive rhetoric coming from the Democratic leaders. Maxine Waters encouraged her followers to publicly confront and harass Republicans. We have seen leftists harassing people in public ever since. Do you think that was divisive? Another reason worth mentioning why this Christian could never support Joe Biden or the Democratic Party platform was on full display this past weekend in Miami, Florida. As reported by the Daily Mail in the UK, since none of the leftist press in the United States would report on it, thousands of Cubans and Latinos for Trump held a massive anti-communist caravan in Miami to liberate the U.S. from socialist ideology. Various reports estimate somewhere between 20,000 to 30,000 cars in attendance. Demonstrators had flags for and signs for Trump's re-election, along with Cuban flags and other country flags. The parade was called the Anti-Communist Caravan for Freedom and Democracy. "Say no to socialism and communism," one sign read, while a number of posters expressed similar sentiments in Spanish. A number of cars had passengers holding Latinos for Trump signs as they sped along. Several cars also had thin blue line flags in support of law enforcement. In some cases, vehicles appeared packed with people inside who were excited to take part in the festivities. Now, if anyone knows what communism looks like, it's our Hispanic citizens from Cuba and Venezuela and other countries in Latin America and South America. And last week's anti-communist caravan is not the first time our Hispanic friends have tried to warn us of the Democratic Party's radical swing to the left. In 2018, Cubans chanted anti-communist slogans when Nancy Pelosi came to Miami. And in July of this year, Cuban defector Maximo Alvarez warned young people rioting in our streets not to be useful idiots for communist revolutionaries in America. When I was looking to link to Mr. Alvarez's speech, I came across a video that includes his entire speech and outlines a communist threat to America posed by what used to be the Democratic Party. It is amazing and a must-watch video for such a time as this. Democrats have already admitted to being socialist, and they wield power and try to control speech like communists. Democrats also have a street team and want to defund police. Defunding police is a Marxist communist strategy that allows the street team to intimidate dissenters. And the Democratic Party's hatred for Christians that won't compromise their deeply held religious beliefs is exactly what you would expect from a communist regime. I think we should err on the side of trusting our Hispanic friends on this one. And those are just some of the many reasons that I could never support Joe Biden or the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party has lost its mind. Register and vote Republican if you value your freedoms. The Republican Party is not perfect and could use some help from classical liberals and libertarians to keep it from going too far to the right. So come on over. Well, thanks for watching Dave's Worldview. Please like and share my video, and be sure to watch No Place to Go, the Maximo Alvarez story, the story of what it's like to live in a communist country and escape to America.